Angel. Hey, girl, how you doing? What took you so long to get here? Anyway, I'm happy that you came back. It's your girl, Ty, aka Talks with Ty, the podcast, and I appreciate you clicking on this video. If you haven't, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Also, I need you to do me one quick favor. Go on over to Spotify and iTunes, okay? Podcast, that is. Type in TalksWitTy and hit that follow button. That way, if you miss me here on YouTube, you're able to catch me while you're riding to work or just you need a minute to decompress. Come on in the room, girl. Let's talk about it. It's your girl, Ty. I'm so happy you came back. Now stay tuned for the episode. Hit that like and share button. I'll see you in a sec.
It's y'all hoes sleep, bitch. I need y'all bitch to get up. If y'all sleep, bitch, get up. Fuck y'all hoes Valentine's. Let me tell you how I'm feeling right now. I feel like fuck y'all hoes Valentine's. Fuck y'all hoes Valentine's, bitch. Y'all hoes. I keep scrolling through here looking at y'all hoes with these motherfucking Valentine's flowers and these Valentine pictures and sitting up here talking about something y'all love y'all niggas. So, bitch, he fucking me. He fucking me. He fucking me, bitch. He fucking me. Bitch, he fucking me. That's what he doing. He fucking me. I'm sick of y'all. Bitch, y'all hoes sleep. I hope you ain't, bitch. And bitch, don't go to sleep too early tonight, motherfucker, bitch. Cause he's saving all that dick for me. He used to tell you we'd run away together. What gives you the right to be free? He said, be patient, just wait a little longer. But that's just an old fan.
Welcome to my big hair, okay? And welcome back to Talks with Ty Tuesdays. Get into this bush. Yes, everybody that wear wigs is not bald. I'm sick of y'all. Everybody that wear wigs is not bald. My hair is filthy. It's some kind of filthy, okay? I just took out my set it off braids because that's what I like to wear when I wear my wigs, my set it off braids. So I took those out earlier so you can see, woo, I'm getting this bad boy washed tomorrow. Okay, stop playing. Everybody that wear wigs is not bald, all right? We wear wigs because we want to and because we like being touched by Ty over here, okay? Welcome back to Talks with Ty Tuesdays. Angels, thank you so much for rocking with me. What you want? Baby, I got it. Who? What you need? You know I got it. Who? All I'm asking is for a little respect when I get home. Hey, baby, when I get home. Just a little bit. What's the next verse? Y'all know the next verse? Shit, I forgot the next verse. I know the third verse, though. Ooh, your kisses sweeter than honey. Ooh, guess what? So is my money. Ooh, all I want you to do for me is just sweeter than 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 sweet respect. Just a little bit. Ooh, just a little bit. Ooh, just a little bit. Ooh, just a little bit. Can we hear me good in the chat? I need you to put ones in the chat. Let me know we good. Let me know you can hear me. You can see. I should have said that about 5 minutes ago. Let me know you can hear me. Let me know you can see me. Okay, it's Talks with Ty Tuesdays, y'all know. Come on in the room and let's talk about it. We have some things to talk about tonight. Are we in the room? Okay. I need us to come on in the room. Let's see if this will let me post this. I'm going to post. I don't know why it's not going to my personal page, but anyway, in my Talks with Ty page and my Touch with Hair, my Touch by Ty hair code page on YouTube, I just post the link if you want to come in the room and go live with me. Now, for some reason, this is not coming up on my regular page, and I wonder why. Let's see what's going on. Y'all said y'all can hear me good, right? Oh, Lord. Y'all can hear me good. Y'all can see me good. Let's see if I can get this to come up on my main page. So if you guys want to join, you are able to come through and holla at your girl. Holla at your girl. Okay, this is all this stuff. I'm looking at about 2 screens here. We about to come on. We coming on in the room. Y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a few more seconds to come in here so that we can get into this conversation. Put that there. Okay. I think you guys can see that. That's the link for streaming. For some reason it's not showing up. I don't know. It's blowing me. So you'll have to go over to the the Talks with Ty page. Oh, there it is. Okay. So that's the link there. If you want to come on in the room, if you want to be on the screen and have a conversation with me, or if you want to comment on something, that is the link. It is not letting me put this link in my chat, and it is like, you got to go to Talks with Ty, the Talks with Ty Facebook page to click the link. Okay, let's come on in the room. Let's get into the conversation tonight, because I know what time is it? It's 8:08, so we right on time. Get your glass of wine, okay? Get your glass and sit your ass down, and let's get into tonight's show. Get it, y'all ready to talk? All right, let's get into the show. Tonight we're going to talk about something a little serious. Okay. I know it be feeling like I come down. I think I do talk about stuff with women or women-like things because I am a woman, right? And so I think a lot of times we are misunderstood. Okay. But I think a lot of times we don't want to understand. So this is a show for everyone, but it is kind of issues that I deal with every day, issues that I see every day. And I just bring those to the forefront. If I know someone is going through things, even myself, I talk about myself a lot on here, right? It's Talks with Ty. Shit, we talk about stuff, right? So this is a different segment for me. Everyone knows I'm normally coming with makeup content, hair content, all that stuff. So this is a little bit more personal, and that's what the brand came from, Talks with Ty, the podcast. And we do a live show on Facebook and YouTube. So we like to do Talks with Ty Tuesdays, and we are here. It is Tuesday. So tonight's subject, we're going to get into this subject. I don't want y'all to get mad at me, but we need to talk about it, all right? Let's go. Does mama really know best? And a lot of you might say, Ty, what you mean? What you mean? What you about to say? What you mean? What you about to say? Okay. So I'm gonna get into that. Do I sound loud or distorted? Because I can't really hear myself. So y'all can hear me. Y'all gotta let me know if the sound is good, if the visual is good, if I'm lagging, if I'm slow. Y'all gotta tell me. Put it in the chat and I can see it. So I really want to talk about this tonight, right? Because it's how can I say this? Sometimes us as women, we are our own worst enemy. Okay. So the question that we're asking tonight is, does mama really know best? And this is for my mothers, anyone that has a child, or any child that has been through a situation with their parent and has dealt with the choice that their parent made. So this is going to be a deep conversation. I hope you guys out there, I want you guys to engage with me, because I could talk about this till I'm blue in the face by myself for real. But, this is real raw, real live. So does mama know best? What I mean by that is, and I'm going to use myself for an example here. I always do. Last year, prior to my relocation, prior to my separation taking place, kind of while everything was unfolding, I was really soul searching. I was working on myself. And I had, at that time, my oldest son, he had already relocated back to DC because he had plans on joining the Navy. And we talked about him joining from Washington, D.C., so that could be his home of record. So he was already here. So I'm at this awkward space and I'm trying to make this big decision on whether or not I'm going to go back home because, at the time, my husband had started another family, and it was just me and my youngest son. And so I had a talk with my son, while I was going through this, while I was praying on this. And I'm just like, I asked him, I let him know what was going on, certain situations that I felt like he needed to know. And then I explained to him why mommy, if I left, why I was leaving. Because I never want him to feel like I was leaving him. That's crazy, right? God had already put it on my heart that I had to leave him. But this is what brings me to this. So we had those conversations, and I did this for a while. I had that conversation with him continuously for maybe about a little over a month. We would just talk about this, weekly. I would spend time with him and I would talk to him about a transition with me because I knew I could feel that the transition was coming. I didn't know what or how, but I knew that there would be a transition. So in that time with the transition, I kept talking to him about it. And then some time came where I decided, okay, I'm going to come back home to DC and I'm going to see what happens with that within those 30 days. I did that. I came back home. I got some certain logistics in place. Spiritually, I found some clarity in some areas. So I already knew what I was going to do. So now I got to go back to Texas and I got to do what I got to do. And prior to me going, while I was home, while I was here in the city, I knew I was going back there, but I was having conversations with my son about the transition because I had already knew what was going to happen. And I asked him, what did he want to do? And unbeknownst to me, he said he wanted to stay with his daddy. Y'all, when I tell you my heart crashed and burned again, I'm like, what? You want to stay with your daddy? Why? Why you want to stay with your daddy? Why you don't want to go with me? And he explained, he explained to me why. I'm not going to say why, but he explained to me why. He's a young boy and, that's what he wanted to do. And he explained to me why. And all I could do was respect my son's opinion and his decision. And so now as a mom, right, I'm pissed. because I don't want to do this. I don't want to leave my baby. I don't care. I don't give a rat's booty hole. I don't want to leave my son, because I've always had, like, this my baby. I don't want to leave him. My oldest, he gone. He doing what he want to do. I'm at this awkward place in my life where I'm really alone. I don't want to leave him. I just knew my son was going to say, oh, Mom, I'm coming with you. Like, I just knew he was going to say that. I just knew. But I was in for a rude awakening because he was like, no, I'm staying with Pops. So now I'm like, okay, how I'm going to do this? Because he ain't staying with his daddy. That's what I thought. I said to myself, I'm taking him with me because he's my son, and that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And he's never been with his dad for a long period of time, so I don't feel like he's capable of knowing how to handle him. Now, this is this man's child, man. This is his whole son. The way he is my son, he is son too. But in my mind, I was telling myself everything I felt like I needed to tell myself so that I could be solidified in my decision of bringing him. Against my son's will, against what his father wanted, because when his father was like, well, I want him to stay. He's staying. You go, he stay. And I think in his dad's mind, he knew that I would not leave my son because that was a huge no-no for me. So if I leave, he's coming with me. But I knew what that fight would be like for my son. Unfortunately, at the time, me and his dad were already not seeing eye to eye. We were already in a battle that had absolutely nothing to do with him. But what I think we don't see as parents sometimes is how our children get caught in the crossfire. Check out the nails. That's right. Malia's Designs. Y'all check her out on Instagram. My little cousin, she did my nails. They're hand painted. She did them. She did a good job, didn't she, y'all? Nail cam. Anyway, back into the story. I don't think that we understand how our children get caught in our crossfire, right? So to pull, I had to take a day or two, right? And I really had to process, Takia, what are you doing? And I ain't gonna lie, I had to ask God, I need you like right now, like right now. 911, I need you here. Grab your shoes, Jesus, and come on down here, okay? I need you, all right? I need you. It was one of the moments, right? Because I was torn. But the growth and the things that I had been through and the way that I had grown, I wanted to do the right thing. So, like I told y'all, I went to God in prayer. And I asked, what should I do? And my spirit spoke, and it was not what I wanted to hear. And I felt some type of way. I was mad. I was like, oh no, we're not doing that. It was like that battle, like, girl, take your son and you probably should leave him because it might be the right thing to do here. It might be what Zamir needs. I think it might be the best thing, even though it wasn't the best thing for me, right? Even though it went against everything I wanted to do. It went against every emotion that I had to do what was best for my son, not me. To take my son out of a thriving environment with his father, would that have been beneficial for him? Because I wanted to go, because I wanted to do what's best for me. Hey, bro, because of what I wanted to do. Okay? Now, this is me we talking about now. This because what I wanted to do. I wanted to go. I knew I was leaving. I knew that was the best decision for me. But was that the best decision for my child? And I think what we miss as women, because we as women tend to move on emotion. And it's okay. I'm not here to beat up no woman, but I'm here to help you grow. I am here to do that. So I had to ask myself, what is really best for Zamir? Okay? Take out all the emotions. What's best for your son? And I made a list. I made a list about him coming with me. Literally, I made a list. And I made a list about him staying with his dad. The pros of him being with his father, one, they just did. Like the structure that he gives, the guidance that he gives, he needs his dad. Now I could say a lot of things about my hopefully soon to be ex-husband, right? I could say a lot, but he's a damn good father. Okay, he's a damn good father. So with that being said, I just didn't want him to benefit from the situation. And this might sound selfish and fucked up, but it's the truth, y'all. It's the truth. If I'm going to talk about it, I got to talk about it. I didn't want him to win in this situation. And Zamir is the prize. But Zamir is a child with feelings. He's not a pawn in a game. And he's a growing kid. This young boy of ours is going to grow into a man. I got to make the right decision here because this decision is going to determine whether I really lose my baby or not. So I let him stay. I let him stay because his father was in a position to keep him. I let him stay because it was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do. I miss my son so much. I don't want to get teary-eyed up here. I miss my baby. Oh my gosh. But I know when I talk to him every day, when I speak to him, seeing the growth, seeing the changes, I don't know if I could have provided him with that. I don't know if I could have done those things that him being around his dad, him being around a man that he's doing. I don't know if I would have been able to give him that. So I say all of that. I share my story to say, sis, if you're faced with a situation, maybe that man ain't do you right. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he did not do right by you. Okay? He could have fumbled. He could have messed up. But I think as moms, the truth is we don't always know best. We have to do what's best for the child, even when we're hurt. Even when we are deeply saddened, deeply emotional, we cannot continue to pour our young boys away from their fathers because of what their fathers may or may not have done to us. We're doing our children unfairly when we're not giving them the opportunity to become the version of their best self. You can't take a child out of an environment where he has both parents, right? And especially I can say, and y'all might be mad at me, y'all might jump in the comments. Listen, I can say mommy and daddy, single moms, because I was a single mother, I could say a whole lot. But what I cannot say is that I can give a child or my sons, because I'm a mother of boys, I'm a boy mom, I can give my boys a man's perspective. I could truly teach my son how to be a man. I cannot do that because I don't know what it is to be a man. I'm a woman. I could teach my son how to deal with adversity. I could teach my son how to move in a room full of vultures. I could teach my son how to be solid and have good character. I can instill a lot of things in my son. But being a man is something that I absolutely know nothing about. So whether or not his characteristics are yay or nay, that's still not teaching him how to be a man. That's just building the person that he is. That's pouring substance into your child. If your child is a boy, he needs to be around a positive male figure, whether it's your dad or his dad. He needs that to thrive. A lot of young guys who come up in single parent households, they play sports. Their mothers put them in structural activities to give them the level of discipline and character that they need as a man. So they're exposed to positive male figures that are around them, whether that be their coach, whether that be another child's father, they're around that. So you give your son that subconsciously as a mother, whether you know it or not, especially if you're pushing your son to be involved in things, right? You're giving him positive male figures to give him some structure. You're putting him in structured environments where he's being led by men. And a lot of times I don't think women really realize that we do that. We do that as single moms because we understand our boys become knuckleheads at a certain age and they need that. You know, especially if it's something that they love. They need that. And so I think that, for example, with me, my mother did not raise me. So my father had me. However, I had strong, positive women, Black women, independent Black women in my life, all my life. So no, yes, I always needed my mother. However, women stepped up to the plate to fill that void of not having her. So my mother is my mother. However, she did not raise me. I was raised by a totally different set of women. So you still get that. You have to, my father couldn't teach me how to be a woman. He couldn't. He could give me certain things to build my character, but he knows nothing about being a woman. So at the end of the day, it would take another woman to teach me that. And I think sometimes I hear or see, on certain holidays and certain stuff, like, I'm both parents and I'm, this and that. And I get it. I get it because you might be playing the role financially for two people. But these young boys need their father. If you are in a situation and it's not working out with the guy, don't take the child away from that. Don't, like, if the father is able and capable, allow him to be a dad. Because when you don't do that, the child grows up and becomes an adult. And one or two things going to happen. Their path is going to be good or it's going to be bad, right? If it's bad, they're going to look at you. They're going to look at you. And then some blame comes in and resentment. Because if the child knows that they have another option to do something differently, then they think about the what if, the what if I had, what if, if that father wants to be a father, let him be a father. This is such an emotional topic for me. Oh, I'm sorry, Ro. Your situation is totally different. So, it's just not the same. It's not the same as what we're talking about tonight. But like I'm saying, you've done everything that you can as a mother, to put your children in structured environments, in areas where they have those positive male role models, to help you help them. And that's what a lot of single mothers do. We do that. I did that. I tried to keep my kids in something all the time because I knew that they needed that structure, and I didn't give it to them. My kids were spoiled. They could do whatever they want to do. And the only people that can run me over is my kids. And I'm their mom. Like, what else am I supposed to do? So I think as women, right? And this is to all my ladies who might be going through a really tough storm right now. You might be in a tough situation and you have to make some tough decisions. I only ask that you step outside of yourself and your emotions, and you could be hurt, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You could be hurt, you could feel down, but I beg you to make the best decision for that child. And if that decision is for him or that child to be with their father, let them go. Let them go, because you're only hurting them if you don't, especially if you know that that's the best decision. If you know that the best decision is for that child to be with their dad and you take them away to hurt their father, are you hurting the man? Absolutely. Absolutely. You're successful. You're successful at hurting a guy. But I promise you, baby, you hurting your child 10 times more than you can ever hurt that man by keeping him away. It's not the same, but it's also frustrating when women intentionally keep the fathers away from their kids and they don't know what it's like not to have that option. I agree with you. Put your kids first, period. Even if it hurts you, put that child first. Do not take that child away, especially if it is a boy. And girls need their fathers too. Ladies, girls need their dads like they do. They need their fathers. If you have a capable co-parent, allow them to step up to the plate and assist in co-parenting. They might be a fucked up partner. Oh God. But that does not mean that they're incapable of being a freaking parent. And we don't get to choose that. We don't get to choose that. See, when you know that you need to make a decision and you don't make it, it's gonna bend the block on you. I didn't want my son to resent me for taking him away from his dad, because society had already took his dad from him. So how dare I come and do that to him? I talked about this once on a live. I played a video of a young gentleman who was talking about his mother, and he was saying how he doesn't hate his mother, but he has a lot of resentment towards his mom. And reason being is because when he was younger, his mom took him away from his dad. And in turn, because he didn't have a male figure, he got into the streets because that's who took care of him. That's who looked out for him. And so he got involved in gang activity and all of this stuff because, he felt like these men loved him. Long story short, he ended up getting locked up. He's trying to get his life together. And at the time, he was working as a security guard. And he was saying how he feels some type of way about his mom, and how she's the reason why he doesn't trust women. She's the reason why he will never really give himself fully and commit, because of how the things that he saw his mom do and how his mother did him. And how he feels like his mother doesn't love him. She just used him as a pawn so she could always win in any situation. And it hurt me so bad to hear this young gentleman talk, because I said to myself, and when I was looking at it, I'm like, oh my God, I never want my kids to feel like that about me. Like, we don't understand how much damage we do to our child when we get in the way of what's best for them. Because that's our responsibility as parents, to do what's best for them. It's not our responsibility as a parent to do what's best for us. It's our responsibility as an individual to do what's best for us. I think about some of the things that I saw and endured as a child that I shouldn't have saw, and I blame my father for it. Just certain things that I was exposed to that I seen that I shouldn't have seen. I shouldn't have seen that. And it's my daddy's fault. Rick was young. He was a young father. And I don't love my daddy any less. I love my daddy. But, Rick, it's your fault. You know, my first serious relationship, it was an abusive one. And you fall in love with the man that's like your daddy. I'm just saying. So, I mean, and that kind of works both ways. That kind of works both ways. I've even seen it with gentlemen who don't know how to love a woman. They don't know how to love a woman because they never received love from their mothers or was able to give love correctly to their mothers because their mothers didn't choose them. And they grow up and they become men with these terrible complexes about women. You know, those generational curses have to be broken. They have to be broken. If we don't start to do things differently by our children, we're gonna lose them. I look at the city that I live in, right? And I love DC. I love my city. But it's in so much turmoil. It's a war zone here. Like it's a war zone here in DC. And it's young. When I say young, y'all, I mean 12, 13, 14, 15. Young. They're so young. And I wish I'm just looking at the things that I see on the news, which I hate watching the news. It's so depressing, but I do watch it. The things that I see, and it's just like, oh, baby, it's so much to this world. The world is bigger than your block. The world is so huge. Like you can't even fathom the things that I've seen in my career in this world. You know what I'm saying? Like the world is so much bigger than this city. And so many never make it out. They never make it out. They never make it out. And not everybody, don't get me wrong, not everybody is afforded the opportunity to put their children in a better position or, you know, have a father that can step in. You know, some kids don't have their dad because the dad isn't here in the physical. You know, and these mothers are doing the very best that they can to figure it out. Right? But I challenge you, if you're even in that situation, because I have friends who live that every day, but they always do right by their child. You still want to make the best decision by the child. And our children grow up, they become adults. They don't stay our babies forever. I mean, my kids will always be my babies. So let me not say that. But they don't stay young. They grow up, they become adults. They have to make decisions. They have to start adulting at some point. So what we do in front of them and what we instill in them, it means something now. You know, it means something. Again, I reference myself when I say, I think about everything that I saw, everything that I was exposed to, and how that shaped me. I think about that. I think about everything that I saw, everything that I was exposed to, and how that has shaped me into the woman that I am now. I turned out okay. I turned out all right. You know, I could be better, but I could be worse. So, I don't know. That's just been on my heart for the past couple days because I think that and I've seen this transpiring as well the past couple days where the mother is just using the child as a pawn. Like that shit's got to stop too. Like I'm gonna just keep it funky. Ladies, you got to do better. That man don't want to be with you. He ain't got to be with you. But if he trying to do right by that child, let him do right by that child. Since he don't have to be with you. He does not have to be with you. He don't. He don't. Fellas, that woman don't want to be with you. Stop using that child as a pawn. Stop it, because y'all do it too. Y'all do it too. Cut it out. Let her move on. Let her thrive in her future. Wish her the best. Allow her to be a mother and co-parent with her. Just co-parent. The child needs both parents, co-parent. Ladies, that man don't want to be with you. And that baby, let me tell you right now, a baby don't keep no man. A baby damn sure don't keep me. If you retarded, something wrong with you, you got problems and stuff, and I don't see that till after the baby, and then I have your baby, I'm taking that baby and we getting the hell on. And you call us when you get yourself together so you can come and be a daddy to your child. Ain't no baby gonna keep me, so I know, ain't no baby gonna keep no man. Ain't no baby gonna keep nobody. If a person is doesn't want to be with you, you cannot force them, and a child doesn't do it. It doesn't. This is not 1928. Like, we're living in a different day and time. And yes, you could say, okay, well, back in the day you did this, back in the day you did that. The times were different. We're living in a different time. And women are winning right now. Women are winning. They making all the money. They got the good jobs. They living well. Like, women are living. And I get it. Sometimes it's hard to find your equal. It's dating is ghetto. Dating is so ghetto right now. Like, it's terrible. It's real bad, So I get it. But if you get into a little wop, 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 and your baby comes out of that situation, you don't have to stay there. Your child, you would, one thing I've learned in marriage, is I would much rather raise my child in a healthy co-parenting situation than a toxic, miserable, disrespectful marriage or relationship. Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. Because if you think for 1 second that these kids do not see you crying, him mad, him crying, you mad, how y'all go at each other, and they think that this is what a relationship is supposed to be like, and they grow up cultivating those toxic and negative habits, and they have the same thing for themselves because mommy and daddy didn't have enough sense to walk away and co-parent healthy. Now you've created another generation of toxicity. Get somebody else to do it. I'd rather be your co-parent, and we co-parent, and we be cohesive and respectful and non-toxic to each other, and our children grow up, or our child grow up watching us do that. Understanding that my parents did it, and not allowing anybody to penetrate that. That's important. I don't stay because of no baby. You're gonna be unhappy. If you stand because of some kids, I hear a lot of people say that. I hear a lot of people say, well, I can't leave because the kids. The kids, you rather the kids see you crying every day, every night? You think your kids don't hear mommy and they're crying? You think your kids don't hear daddy or don't see the daddy and mommy not sleeping? Like, it's just unhealthy. It's not it. It's not it. It's not it. And we have to be so careful what we expose our kids to. We expose our kids to our own BS. The kids don't have absolutely nothing to do with it. And we'll put them in a toxic situation as parents. So we got to do better with that too. We have a choice. I'm not going to hold y'all on tonight, but I did want to put this subject out there because, and it's not drama. It's not drama tonight. It's not relationship. Every night I'm not going to come up here with, drama. That's not what the podcast is about, But I just want to be honest in letting people know that don't do that. Don't do that. Do what's best. Do what's best, even if it's not what's best for you. Do what's best for the child. We cannot continue as women to keep our sons away from their fathers. If the fathers want to be active, and yes, maybe that dad ain't got as much money as you, and yes, maybe that daddy can't buy something every time you say, but if the dad wants to be present and a part of, let him. You don't get to make that choice. And I promise you, if your child ever gets old enough to get a hold of it, knowing the truth, you're going to have to pay a hefty price later. We can't hold our kids so tight that we suffocate them. At some point, we got to let them go out into the world, spread their wings. And if you're blessed enough for your child to have you and their dad to lean on, to call, to talk to, then baby, you blessed. Because not a lot of people have that. You got some fathers out here raising children without their mothers. I know a few guys who their co-parent isn't here. You know, they've gone on to the next life. And I know that for some women, you know, the co-parent isn't here. They've gone on to the next life and they're figuring it out. So if you have the ability to have a co-parent that's here, that's able, that's willing, they like, hey, tag me in. And you're not doing it because of something that they did to you 2 years ago, wow, I wouldn't be with your ass either. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. This for somebody watching, all right? Because this ain't got nothing to do with what we're talking about. Understanding how important it is to be alone. Because that's a lot of our problem. We don't want to be alone. We don't want to be without somebody. We can't be by ourselves for whatever reason. If you can't be with you, what the hell make you think somebody else want to be with you? If you can't be with yourself alone and be at peace, content, loving on you, understanding you, growing in you, what the hell you gonna do with a whole nother human being? What are you gonna do? And that child is not your man. That's your child. That daughter of yours is not your woman. That's your daughter. Are you kidding me? If you can't be with you alone, nobody, just enjoying you, what the hell make you think somebody else want to be with you? You can't be with yourself. If you don't love you, how can somebody else love you? You can't even communicate to a person how you want to be loved because you don't know. You ain't spent enough time with yourself to figure you out. Don't get in the way of your child. Don't do it. Do what's best for your child. Do what's best for your child. Do what's best for your child. I'm telling you. As hard as it might be, as hard as that decision was for me, I will say I believe in my heart of hearts it was the best decision for my son. And in a crazy kind of way, it was the best decision for his dad. Because he moves different, he operates in a different realm, and he always thinks about our son first, which probably keeps him around. So I give myself a pat on the back because I did that. I just missed my baby. That's it. And it's okay because I've had my baby most of his life. You know, he'll be 13 this year. I've had him most of his life. He hasn't even been with his dad a year yet. You know what I'm saying? His father deserves some time too. So just take a step back and really look at that. And it wasn't an easy decision. A lot of times doing what's best is not it. Doing what's best is not what's best for you. It's not. It doesn't. Sometimes doing what's best let me say this, doing what's best for your child. Let me reword that. Doing what's best for your child is not always going to be what's best for you. Period. As a parent, and that's just something that you got to know. That's just something that you have to understand. I got to always put my child in a position to win. You can't be that selfish to not want what's best for your child because you want to prove a point. You cannot do that and expect a good outcome. Your intentions weren't good. The heart always has to be pure. If you're ever in a situation you want to make a decision and it's not pure intentions, check it. Check it. Check it. I think, and I know a lot of women that do this. I'm just saying, it's always women. It is. It's just, it sucks that it's like that, but it's just, it is what it is. Ladies, we got to heal them holes in our heart. We got to heal them holes in our heart, and we got to sit with ourselves, and we got to deal with our own bullshit. You know, Black women are the strongest species on earth. There's nothing stronger than a Black woman. Nothing. But sometimes we're so strong that we lose. We lose. We always end up in the rear, trying to play catch up. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to heal, to breathe deep. And allow yourself time with God for guidance. Because everything that we deal with in this world, everything that we deal with, you need time with self and you need time with God. If you're out here so busy being strong, you're missing something. You know, you gotta pour back into yourself. And that only happens time with self and time in God's presence. That's the only time that happens. Pouring back into you. Doing something for you. Taking care of you. If you ain't taking care of yourself, ain't no way you taking care of nobody else. That's how you start making bad decisions. That's how the choices start becoming unpure. That's how the emotions get the best of you. Pause. You strong, sis. We see it. We know. It's okay. Do right by that child. Do right by that daughter of yours. Do right by that son of yours. You always do right. The children, they know. They know. They're not stupid. They're going to grow up and they're going to see. And they don't forget because I ain't forget. I'm a child that became an adult. I ain't forget. I remember a lot of stuff from my childhood. I remember a lot of decisions that were made without me in mind. I remember a lot of decisions that were made with me in mind. So it's up to you. It's up to you. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me. I should have totally been recording this episode on my podcast, but I did not. See what happens? Y'all ain't posting nothing on my podcast in 2 weeks. This is ridiculous. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Do y'all want to spill the tea Thursdays? Because it's a lot going. It's a lot going on in the media. It's a lot. I think I'm gonna do a spill the tea Thursdays this week. I think we're gonna come in here and talk a little bit of trash. Since the subject was so real and heavy and emotional, y'all come on back in the room on Thursday and we're gonna have some fun. But I had to get this out for my ladies. I feel like sometimes it's hard for us to receive things when it's not from us. You can't tell me about me because you're not me. But when you look like me, and you walk like me, and you talk like me, and your hair is like mine, I might can relate to you a little bit. it's important. We could use our voice for a lot of things. You know, just use it to help somebody. Figure that part out. Find out what you're good at. Figure out how you can use it to help someone. And there's your purpose. We all have it. Until Thursday, thank you guys for rocking with me. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you so much. Like and share the video. Hit the like button. It helps out the channels. All right? It helps out the channels. I will see you guys on Thursday with a whole lot of tea. See, I'm posed for some reason. See, do you see this? Oh, there you go. Okay, so, oh God, I'm playing myself back. Hold on, y'all. Oh my God. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, so yeah. Talks with Ty. What is, okay. We are on our way out. Stand by for a little bit of promo and some videos that I have for you guys because I didn't play all my videos last week. So stand by for those. Cue the promo. See y'all next week. Hey, Angel. Hey, girl. How you doing? What took you so long to get here? Anyway, I'm happy that you came back. It's your girl Ty, aka Talks with Ty the podcast, and I appreciate you clicking on this video. If you haven't, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Also, I need you to do me one quick favor. Go on over to Spotify and iTunes, okay? Podcast, that is. Type in TalksWitTy and hit that follow button. That way, if you miss me here on YouTube, you're able to catch me while you're riding to work or just you need a minute to decompress. Come on in the room, girl. Let's talk about it. It's your girl, Ty. I'm so happy you came back. Now stay tuned for the episode. Hit that like and share button. I'll see you in a sec.
Human beings have one job. Self-care. Take care of yourself so that when the people you love fall, your arms will be strong.
That's not a flex, that's to let you know I'm not the one who took 3 or 4. Got really, really tired of waiting at doors. Just moving no right to tell me where to go. So I'm taking it in mind as the ceremony, taking back everything that belongs to me. You ain't gonna come doing control Z, undo all that I have done. I'm back on my way, yeah. Fuck out my face, you won't see me break, cause I know what made me, yeah. Stay out of my lane, hear me when I say I'm not here to save you. I'm not here to save you. That's for you when you make up, cause I'm on my way up. I'm back on my way. I can't save nobody. I put my cape down, sorry. I'm gonna need some boundaries, cause I'm keeping my peace. I can't save nobody. I put my cape down, sorry. I'm gonna need some boundaries,